Nikola Tesla, often called the father of modern electricity, was a genius whose inventions and theories changed the world. But among his many creations, one of the most mysterious and controversial is the death ray, a powerful weapon that Tesla claimed could end all wars by making them too destructive to fight. Officially, the death ray, also referred to as a Teleforce weapon by Tesla, was never completed, and no working prototype was ever found. But many believe this is only the surface of the story. What if Tesla's death ray was real, and its incredible power has been hidden from the public? What if it fell into the hands of secretive powers, governments, or even darker forces? The story of the death ray begins in the early 20th century, when Tesla, by then already famous for his breakthroughs in electricity and wireless communication, began to talk publicly about a new type of weapon. He claimed it could shoot a concentrated beam of energy over vast distances, destroying enemy planes, tanks, or ships with pinpoint accuracy. According to Tesla, this weapon could create an invisible wall of force around nations, making them impenetrable to attack. In his later years, Tesla approached various governments, including the United States and the Soviet Union, offering his invention as a way to end all wars. However, these governments, at least officially, never pursued Tesla's offer. Tesla passed away in 1943, and shortly after his death, the FBI seized many of his papers and research notes. To this day, the full contents of Tesla's work remain a mystery, leading many to speculate about the true nature and fate of his death ray. Some say that Tesla never built the death ray because the technology of the time wasn't advanced enough. But what if Tesla was ahead of his time, and the death ray was more than just an idea? There are several accounts suggesting that Tesla successfully tested components of the death ray but kept its full potential, hidden to protect humanity. Tesla himself was known for making claims about futuristic technology, many of which have since been proven true. So why should the death ray be any different? In 1937, Tesla was interviewed by the press and claimed he had perfected his Teleforce weapon, even offering to provide blueprints to the US government. He insisted that it wasn't just theory, it was reality. Some believe Tesla did create the death ray, but that the government seized his work immediately after his death, not to destroy it, but to use it in secret. After all, if a weapon of such immense power existed, it could shift the global balance of power entirely. Some speculate that the Cold War arms race might have been fueled, at least in part, by hidden knowledge of Tesla's technology. There are many who believe the US military has actively worked to reverse engineer Tesla's technology for decades. Shortly after Tesla's death, his notes were confiscated under orders from the US government. Many of these documents were classified, and to this day, some remain under wraps. The FBI later claimed that Tesla's work posed no threat, that he was more of a dreamer than an inventor when it came to weapons. But isn't it suspicious how quickly the government moved to seize Tesla's papers? It's as if they feared what they might find, or perhaps they knew exactly what was in those notes and wanted to make sure the world never saw them. According to some reports, Tesla's notes may have found their way into secretive government programs, such as the Strategic Defense Initiative, SDI, also known as Star Wars. Initiated by President Ronald Reagan in the 1980s, this program aimed to create a defense system using high-tech lasers and energy, weapons to shoot down missiles from space. Could the death ray have been an inspiration for these types of weapons? Some even claim the technology tested in these programs is directly based on Tesla's designs, with the military hiding the true origin of their power. Even more disturbingly, some believe the death ray has already been used. In the late 1970s, a strange event occurred in the Siberian wilderness. A massive explosion flattened hundreds of square miles of forest, and though some blamed a meteor or comet, no impact crater was ever found. Could this have been a secret test of Tesla's technology? Was the weapon aimed at this remote area to avoid detection? The Tunguska event remains one of the most mysterious incidents in modern history, and some researchers point to the similarities between the type of destruction described by Tesla's death ray and the devastation caused by the Tunguska explosion. Some researchers believe that Tesla's brilliance wasn't just a result of his natural genius, but that he may have been inspired by otherworldly forces. Tesla often spoke of receiving ideas and signals from unknown sources, claiming to have intercepted strange, otherworldly transmissions during his experiments. Could these signals have been coming from extraterrestrial or even demonic entities, guiding Tesla's hand in the creation of the death ray? There are those who theorize that Tesla, knowingly or unknowingly, was working with technologies that originated from beings beyond our world. These beings, whether alien or demonic, may have given Tesla the knowledge necessary to build a weapon of such immense power. After all, throughout history, there are tales of humanity receiving forbidden knowledge from supernatural beings. Knowledge that leads to both great advances and devastating consequences. This brings to mind the fallen angels from the Bible, who came down to earth before the Great Flood and gave humanity advanced knowledge, leading to the creation of the Nephilim. These angels, according to the Book of Enoch and other ancient texts, were responsible for teaching humanity metalworking, astronomy, and other sciences that led to corruption and destruction. If Tesla's death ray was inspired by otherworldly forces, it could be part of a much larger, ancient narrative. Some believe that the fallen angels from the pre-flood world, who are often associated with the Nephilim, have continued to influence humanity throughout the ages, giving rise to advanced technologies that are far beyond our current understanding. The death ray could be one of these technologies, an invention not of this world, but of the fallen ones who wish to see humanity self-destruct. When we look at the story of Tesla's death ray through a biblical lens, we begin to see patterns that echo ancient spiritual struggles. Could it be that Tesla, whether knowingly or not, was tapping into one of these spiritual forces with his invention? If so, the death ray could be seen as a tool of immense destruction. Perhaps the death ray was never meant to fall into human hands, or maybe it was part of a larger plan, one in which dark forces hoped to use mankind's own brilliance against them. In the end, Tesla's death ray may represent more than just a weapon. It could be a symbol of humanity's ongoing struggle with forces beyond our understanding, forces that have been at work since the dawn of time, guiding us toward both enlightenment and destruction, the principal battle of good and evil. Whether it was a tool of angels, demons, or simply the product of a brilliant mind, the death ray remains a mystery that reminds us of the hidden powers and spiritual battles that continue to shape our world today.